Come to cross legs. It's been a little while. Sometimes it gets like that. Old friends, hopefully those of you who've been here before, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. If you'd like to bring yourself into Sukhasana, so you want to sit so that you're balanced on your buttock bones, that your shoulders are directly over your pelvis and your hands are resting on your thighs. Now if you find that is strainful or hard work on the back, or you feel that the muscles are gripping without feeling comfortably long, you can bring your hands either to wooden bricks either side of your seat, or to the floor if you're sitting on the floor, or onto the prop support that you're sitting on, and just softly press the arms down to lift the chest. Now know that the chest isn't just the front chest, it's also the back chest. So we often think that it's just this area here where the writing is on my t-shirt, but don't forget the back. Widen the collarbones and lift and lengthen through the back of the neck, through the back of the skull. So you've got a piece of string just pulling you up, and your ears are lengthening towards the ceiling. And then softly close the upper lid to the lower lid. Let the eyes melt away from the eyelids so they rest down on the pillows of the cheeks. Let the energy of the brain descend. Lengthen the sides of the waist. Breathe into the sides of the chest, and the back of the chest. Towards the diaphragm, and then to the front of the chest. Allow the hands to come to prayer position if that's a mudra that you're comfortable with, a hand gesture that you're comfortable with. And then from the wrists to the elbows, lengthen back. Again, check that the energy of the face is releasing down towards the body, so that you're very much in the quiet space just behind the back of the heart. Allow your brain to be untroubled by letting go any overthinking with the exhalation. Keeping the heart softly lifted, bow down your head. Release the hands to the thighs. Open the eyes and raise the face. Change across of your legs. I've got a bit of hair tickling my face. Okay, Badanguyasana, interlace the fingers, push the palms away, lengthen through the arms without pushing the shoulders too far forwards, and then bring the arms up and over the head. And here you'll feel the length almost effortlessly along the sides of the waist. So feel how the waist has moved in and up, and the ribs have lifted and maybe broadened just a little bit. Check that your shoulders feel comfortable. If the bind is too much, you can put a belt around your wrists and stretch the arms up into the belt. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, just separate the hands and reach up through the fingers. Now, if everybody separates their hands and reaches up through their fingers, you can then bring the fingers back together in the other interlace. So the other baby finger is in front and the other thumb is behind. And then turn the hands back up again over your head. Weight in the buttocks evenly. Lower navel in and back towards the spine. So it should feel like you have the energy coming from the pelvis up. Often when we take the navel back, we push the energy down onto the pelvis. So you want to think, does the energy through the pelvis feel like it's coming in and up? That's what the yogis would call Uddiyana Bandha, to fly up. Keep the hips contained so you know where you are in space. And then exhale, lower the arms down. Release the hands down like so. You're going to come to kneeling. So if you can't kneel, because you've maybe your knees won't take it today, and you also can't kneel on some foam pads, 4 foam pads can be normal for some people. You can sit on a chair and have your knees together and put a brick or a couple of foam pads between your knees so that this area is still held and known. Okay? Otherwise, come to kneeling now. So I'm going to move my props. I will be sitting down between my knees. So to sit down between the knees, you take the flesh from the center of the knee, soften it out and back to the sides, whilst nestling your buttocks down in between your ankles. And you should be able to feel that the inner heel is either side of the hip bone here. All right, if it's not the case, if your feet are underneath your bottom, you're not going to get your bottom down. So the feet need to be wide enough for your bum. And if you can't sit between your feet, you can have a wooden brick portrait, landscape this way or this way, okay? Or you can take some foam pads, 2, 3 foam pads, and usually for most of us it's better to have those portrait to you, okay? So you can just put that underneath your bottom and then come back to sitting tall. Now if you're sitting and it's easy to reach your feet, put the heel of the hands onto the feet, fingers pointing back, and just roll the shoulders back. The instructions for this is in Light on Yoga, so you can have a look there. This is Virasana, hero pose. So you want the spine to feel like it's going up. You want to feel well grounded. And you want to feel contained in and around the pelvic area again. So draw the energy of the buttock bones, the inner edge of the buttock bones, up either side of the spine. That should naturally bring an awareness to the frontal navel area, lower navel area as well. Relax the eyes as if you're looking out from the back of your skull, and everything that's being shone onto the eyeball you're just aware of rather than looking at. So the eyes soften. Again, the energy of the brain releases down. Breathe. And then release the arms. Keep that length of the spine as if you've got, I think Gita called it a beautiful golden thread going up towards the sky, up towards the heavens. Exhale, turn to your right. Look over the right shoulder, and to encourage your turn a little more, look with your left eye. So you'll be looking through an invisible nose. Don't strain your eyes to look though. And then exhale, come back to center. Go tall, and then turn to your left. Turning the head, looking over your left shoulder with your right eye. And then exhale, come back to center. Adho Mukha Virasana. So I'm going to move to the short end of my mat. I'm going to have my knees apart. I said that end, I'm going this way, head's going that way. So big toes are together, knees are apart, and check that you are on top of the middle of your shins. Check that the hips feel level and balanced, and then you're folding from the pelvis down. Reach the arms forwards and rest the head down. Again, let the mind energy release now
onto whatever your forehead is resting upon. So if your head doesn't reach the floor, maybe put a bolster or some foam pads underneath the head, but you want it to softly rest. Keep the arms energetically long, reaching right through to the fingers. Sides of the waist long. Breathe. As and when you're ready, we're going to come up into Adho Mukha Svanasana, dog head down. So I'd like you to initially lift the triceps away from the floor. So as you lift the triceps, that's the back of your upper arm away. Notice how the pressure of the hands increases on the floor. And then press into the ankles and come up onto all fours. This is Chaturangasana. Now the back of the upper arm, press that forwards. You'll feel the elbows connect into the arm just a little bit more, and press your ankles down. Notice what happens to the abdomen as you do that. Okay, if you didn't notice anything, just let the ankles go and observe if something changes. Doesn't matter if you didn't notice, doesn't matter if it didn't happen. Pressing the ankles down, now tuck the toes under. Ankles stretching, calves stretching towards the heels. Ankles are now flexed and your mounds of the big toes are pressing down into the floor. You're going to come up into plank, so straighten the legs. You'll feel your abdominal area working just a little bit more. Now, can you maintain that strength of leg and the awareness around the length of your trunk and reach your hips as high and as far back as possible? As high and as far back as possible. Getting a nice length on the spine, opening up through the armpit chest, but without collapsing into the shoulders. And then let the head hang. Breathe. Slow, smooth inhale, slow, smooth exhale. Come down, so lean forwards, come back into plank. Rest the knees down on the floor. Bring the big toes together. Keep the hands pressing down. Keep the fingers pressing down so the arms still feel as if they're resisting the downward movement of the body. Reach your hips back and rest the head down. Now, if you feel that you can't take the bottom back down onto your heels, that's okay. Just go to where you can. Meet yourself on the mat where you are today. Breathe. And then when you're ready, one more time, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So lean forwards, tuck the toes under and reach the hips up high. Lift those hips up and over the ankles. Lift the shins up and over the ankles. Lift the thighs up and over the ankles. And eventually the heels head towards the floor, keeping the fronts of the ankles soft, broad and open. Look forwards, step forwards. Bring the hands to the hips and inhale, stand up. Okay, bring the legs together, bring the feet together. Tadasana. So you're now squeezing, picture you've got a zip. That zip starts at the big toes and that zip is zipping all the way up through the ankles, through the center of the knees, through the center of the pelvis, through just in front of the spine, until the zip gets pulled right up to the crown of the head and goes up to the heavens, or the sky, or the ceiling. Open out the chest, whatever the word suits you. Reach down through the arms. Breathe. Keep the outer thighs squeezing in. Raise the arms,
Step or jump your legs wide, Trikonasana. Turn the right toes in a little. Turn the whole of the left leg out to 90 degrees. Exhale, go down. Shoulder blades, move them into the back, reach up to the top hand, press down with the feet, lift up through the arches, turn the head, look up towards the thumb. Kneecaps firm, thighs firm. Inhale, come up. Reach out through the arms. Bring the feet to face forwards. Drop the shoulders down. Make the sides of the chest broad. And reach from armpit to palm on both hands. Turn the left toes in a little. Turn the whole of the right leg out to 90 degrees. Exhale, go down, Trikonasana. Stack the left arm directly over the right arm, lift the chest, press the blades of the feet down, and then turn the head, look up. Looking up with your right eye to the left hand. Breathe. This is Utthita Trikonasana, the extended triangle pose. For your mind, Utthita Trikonasana. Press the feet down, arches lifted. Reach out through the arms. Be powerful in the back leg. Reach back to that back leg. Inhale, come up. Bring the feet to face forwards. Stretch out through the arms, lift up through the chest. Bring the elbows, bend the elbows, bring the hands in. Bring the legs together, Tadasana, lift up. You've got that zipping action all the way up to the crown of the head. We've got Utthita Parshvakonasana next. Legs wide, 4.5 to 5 feet. Turn the right toes in a little, turn the whole of the left leg out to 90 degrees. When we were in Pune this last time in January, Abby said, don't always teach the same way, teach the other way sometimes too, so people don't become habitual. Exhale, bend the left leg. Also so that our teaching doesn't become habitual. We're going to keep the arms straight. You're going to bring your left arm down on the inside of that left leg and reach the right arm up. So it's a bit like a cross between sideways stretch and then the triangle pose at the moment. Now reach the arms out, open the chest, turn the palm over your head and bring the arm over the head. Look up towards the ceiling with a long neck. Chin down just a little bit. Reach the arm back up, stretch back to that back foot, inhale, come up, pressing with your left leg. Bring the feet to face forwards. Reach the arms out from the armpits to the palms, turn your left toes in a little, turn the whole of the right leg out to 90 degrees. Exhale, bend the right leg, let yourself tip down, left arm stacks over the right, shoulder blades move deep into the back, outer edge of the back foot, press it down. Turn the ribs back and then bring the arm, so turn the palm of that left hand over your head and reach from the left foot right through into the left fingertips. Utthita Parshvakonasana, the extended sideways stretch or side angle pose. I suppose Parshva is side, Kona is angle, so side angle pose. Pressing into that back foot, reach the top arm up. Reach back with that hand, press with your right leg, come up. Bring the feet to face forwards, bend your knees, elbows up and high, fingers in, legs together. Stand tall. Reach down from the collarbones to the middle fingers. Lift the sides of the trunk up. Also lift the back ribs away from the waist, tailbone down. So the whole of the waist is long, front and back of the body. Virabhadrasana 2. Step the legs wide or jump the legs wide, 4.5 to 5 feet apart. If your back is stiff or if your hips are stiff, you may benefit by having the bent leg moving forwards to the front edge of your mat just a little bit more. Turn your right toes in a little, turn the left leg out. Now you're going to keep your shoulders directly over your hips. If your hips are stiff, wriggle that left foot forwards towards the screen. Reach the arms out and then press down into the blades of the feet as you bend that front leg. Turn the head, look along the left arm. Reaching to that back arm, opening out the armpits to the palms. Allowing the bent knee to be moving away from the screen and the bent leg buttock to be moving towards the screen as long as you're facing the screen. Inhale, come up and bring the feet to face forwards. So the long front edge of your mat, the face edge of your mat. Left toes in a little, whole of the right leg out to 90 degrees. Resist with the back leg, reach out through the arms, exhale, bend the leg. Shoulders are over the hips, head turns, looks over that right arm, left arm reaches out, bent knee moves back, straight leg, straight thigh moves back, buttocks are pressing forwards into the middle of the body. So we feel like we're being squeezed front to back, back to front. Left and right side of the body nicely level. Arms long and strong. And then pressing into the back foot, come up. Bring the feet to face forwards. Reach out, bend the knees, arm ready, bent, and then legs together. I'm exaggerating the jump. Reach the arms down. We've got Vrikshasana next, tree pose. You're going to bring your the left leg up against the right leg. Now, if the foot doesn't make it up to here, you can always use a belt around the ankle and hold the belt there, okay? Or alternatively, you can put your foot, I've got an invisible chair here, on a chair, yeah? Now you want to allow the hips to grip together. Reach the arms out. Oh, I'm a bit wobbly. Reach the arms out. Turn the palms up and reach up. In front of me is sea. It is absolutely stunning and it's really quite choppy out there. It's behind the camera. Elbows in and up. Lift and lengthen. If you hang on till the end, I'll show you the view. Lower the arms down and release the leg. Bring the legs together, grip the hips together. Reach the arms down. Second side, bend up your right leg. Try and get the hips level. Without swinging the pelvis back, get a deep rotation in that bent leg thigh. Reach out through the arms. Turn from the inner elbows up, draw the arms up and over the head. Relax the eyes and release the tongue. Relax the face. Lower the arms down. And bring the legs together. Grip the hips, grip the thighs, roll those thighs in. Reach down through the arms. Separate the feet. Have the feet coming directly forwards. Gomukhasana. Bring your right arm up your back. Bring your left arm down your back. Bind. Breathe. Levelize the shoulders over the pelvis. Check that the spine feels like it's lengthening. Crown of the head going up towards the sky. Lower the arms down. Compare the left and right side of the chest now as you breathe in and as you breathe out. A couple of breaths here. And then reach the arms out again, and then bring the left arm up the back and the right arm down the back. You can always use a belt if you want to hold the belt between your hands. And lengthen through the upper arm to the elbow, and lengthen down through the upper arm to the other elbow. So we've got a lateral stretch from the top to the bottom elbow and the bottom elbow to the top. Back of the sternum, allow it to feel broad, that's your breastbone. Back of the neck long, arches lifted. And then release. Garudasana, wrap your arms around, left elbow the body as far as possible. And raise your right arm up, and then entwine the left arm around it. Garudasana arms, the eagle pose. Sorry, Gomukhasana, the last pose was cow face. This one's eagle. So squeeze the upper arms, the top one down, the bottom one up, and then entwine the forearms around each other, fingers along, wrists along. Breathe into the back of the body. Shoulders are down and broad, breastbone is lifted. And then lower the arms back down and release. I'm going to take the right arm over left. Right the thumbs around towards the shoulder blade. Right arm comes up, left arm twirls around. Press the top arm down to the lower arm up to the top arm. Breathe. And then exhale, release. Bring the legs together, bring the feet together, raise the arms up and over your head, or turn sideways. You can stay facing forwards. Utkatasana, the fierce pose. Bend the knees, looking forwards, keeping the length from the hips. Reach from the hips right through to the middle fingers. If it's comfortable to do so, and you're not going to compromise your neck, lift your chest up a little bit and then look towards the space between your hands. This shouldn't come from the lower back, and it shouldn't come from the back of the neck. Reach out of the armpits. And then keeping the arms up, stand up, reach up, and exhale, lower the arms down. Walk to the front end of your mat. Have the feet coming directly forwards. Raise the arms up. Reach up. And exhale, fold forward. You can put your hands on your hips if that's needed. Fold forwards and bring your fingertips to the floor. Inhale, look forwards. If you need to separate the feet a little bit more to bring greater ease into the legs, then allow that to happen. Keeping the thighs drawn up, keeping the outer heels pressing down. Fold down, cross the elbows. Look to the space to the back edge of your mat. Lengthen both sides of the waist. Change clasp of the elbows so the other hand or the other arm, forearm is in front.
And release the elbows down towards the floor. Front of the body beautifully long. Place the hands to the floor, bend your knees if you need to. Step back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Adho down, Mukha face, Shvan dog. Downward facing dog pose. Thighs back. Reach from the hands up to the hips. Thighs firm. Then when you're ready, come down into Adho Mukha Virasana. Adho down, Mukha face, Vir, Hero Asana pose. Reach back. Rest the head. When you're ready to sit up, inhale, sit up. Coming back to kneeling, so you can sit on a chair, you can sit between your feet, you can sit on a block. Go tall. Raise your left arm up. Exhale, turn to the right. And then come back to center. Raise the right arm up, keeping the length through the right side of the body. Turn to the left. Collarbones broad and wide. And then come back to center. Sukhasana. So I'm coming back. So however you were for the Sukhasana at the beginning, I was sitting on 4 foam pads with a blanket. Sit tall. Badanguyasana, interlace the fingers, push the palms away, raise the arms up. If crossed legs is too much, you can cross your legs on a chair. So you can sit with your bottom on the chair and cross your ankles at the base of the chair, or your feet resting on a bolster. A couple of foam pads. And then release the arms down. Change the interlace, push the palms away, reach up. And lower the arms down. Change across to the legs. Bring the hands into Namaskarasana, widen the collarbones. Lift up the heart and softly close the upper lid to the lower lid. Allow yourself to observe the breath. Allow yourself to release completely. Collarbones broad. Energy of the face released. Energy of the mind released. Energy drawn up through the inner edges of the buttock bones. Up through the front face of the spine with the inhalation. Releasing and relaxing the skin over the back of the body on an exhalation.
Bow down your head. Release the hands. Open the eyes. And raise the face. Thank you. I did say if you waited till the end, I would show you what I was looking at. My excuse for being wobbly. So let me just lift you up. Here comes the big reveal. Pretty spectacular, hey?